Hey.
Are we still going to deal with it? Is that still going to? He's turned into a Halloween decoration.
Man, I could see him. You can hear me, right?
I can.
You can hear me? Okay, good. Yeah, I can. Dude, I can see him. I saw him. He looked fine. Okay, there he is. There he is. Well, it's your show, so.
Well, I guess we can't have it then, huh? Hello, everybody, on this beautiful Wednesday evening at Bob. No, it's not Bob time. It's before Bob. Usually, I'm used to starting late. 8:00 on the button, on the butt cheeks. Can you believe it? I gotta get the chat going here. While Brian Boner jams, he looks better on the shirt right now than he does on the screen, doesn't he?
Brian, try one more time. Try one more time, jumping out and jumping back in.
We actually got here early to make sure that everything was copacetic, and of course, right before we go live, Brian's internet starts to go.
Here we go. Oh, here we go. Good. There we go.
All right.
Wow.
I think we should leave that one in here. Leave that one here.
You guys are twinning.
How's that?
Wow.
I guess you have some investment to make on getting your internet hardwired, huh?
Apparently.
Yeah.
Wow.
Actually, it looks much better on the phone, though.
Really?
Oh. Yeah. It's very clear. It looks good.
Good.
That shirt looks good too.
Fuck yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry, John.
No, we're a couple minutes in. It's fine.
Okay. Good.
Okay. All right. So it's your show. Introduce the show, and then we'll get a couple things out of the way, and then I'll split.
Do you
All
have
right, sounds good.
All right. Well, obviously it's the last Wednesday of the beautiful month of October, and 3 days till Halloween. That should be fun. If anybody's allowed to celebrate it.
You going trick or treating?
Yeah. Yes, we are. So.
Any restrictions out by you?
Yeah. They are making, I guess, in the subdivision we live in, we have an HOA, so every house that is going to allow, trick-or-treaters, they actually had to submit on the website of our HOA. So literally, if you go to the website, so I'm thinking like it lists all the addresses of the houses, right? And I'm like, well, this is going to suck because we have to walk around the whole neighborhood for what, 20 houses? And we're gonna have to print out the sheet. Okay, so 319. Oh no, not that one. It's stupid. So
yeah, that's.
But we're gonna do it.
Good man. Yeah, we're gonna go trick or treating. I'm gonna start teaching Brody how to start egging houses this year. So I think it's time.
Yeah, it's time.
It's time.
Get some extra cans of Barbasol and some toilet paper.
Absolutely. One of the best things I used to do when I was a kid, I was talking about it recently, was I would get pantyhose and I would put like dog shit in the pantyhose, wet it, and just go around and smack people and just smear dog crap all over their back. It was great.
Oh my God.
Happy Halloween.
Oh, that's.
Yeah. And what was it, last year you did this?
This was yesterday.
This was earlier.
It was earlier in the day. No, I did do that legit, and then throwing eggs, but also we would go out, purchase a bunch of eggs prior to, because there's a moratorium on purchasing eggs prior to Halloween, where I was, and we would buy eggs a week and a half prior to Halloween, and we had all the creeks in our neighborhood, and we would go put the eggs there, hide them. So we didn't have eggs on us. So if cops would stop us, we didn't have it on us. But we had just an arsenal of disgusting, smelly, rotting eggs, and we would just toss it at people. It was great. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Well, I hope no kids are watching for that poonty hose idea. Well,
Oh,
Brian's internet still sucks. I'm going to do a quick roll call here to say hi to everybody that's in the chat. Let me do the participants thing, so I don't have to. Well, there's not many people in the chat room. Everybody, get your asses in here. What are you doing? Yeah,
actually, before you do that, let's say hello real quickly to their executive producers: Charles Green, Joe Christian, Thomas Santiago, Music Therapy Laz, Bent Tom, Mike Neese. Dude, Mike Neese. I'll tell you about Mike Neese in a second, man. Michael Smith, the captain, David Ennis, Dad Halen, and Steve Carmichael. Yes, those are channel members here on YouTube. Click the join button below if you would like to become a channel member, a sponsor of this channel. Lots of exclusive content, perks, and if you're watching this on Facebook, jump over to YouTube. That's where the action is.
Action Jackson.
Yeah.
I'm texting Brian as he's on the air with his phone because his laptop needs to go through the window.
I see that.
Yeah. So
I see that.
Hold on.
While we got Vistalite 1972, Tube Supio, Thrash Metal and Fun Riffs. Hey, man. I knew you'd be here for some reason. Metal. Robbie Johnston, Matthew Stewart, Kenny Dave, Joseph 10 Fingers, 6 Strings, Richetti. Johnny Beane's here. That's nice of you to be here, Johnny.
Thanks, John.
John Windsor, Cobra Kai Platoon, who is just unbelievable at what he does. Chris Bevan, Brian Spalding, Bent Tom, Amanda Coombs, Mike Hawk. I like that name. Fruitcake Tony. There was a name a while back when I think maybe a couple months after I started with you guys, Johnny. And I read it, and I think as I was like about to read it, you were like, "Wait, whoa!" Because you saw what it was, and I was just reading the names on the screen, and you're like, "Wait!" And I was like, I said it, and I was like, "Oh man, I got suckered into that one."
Yeah, I actually did that over on Twitch this morning. I was live for an hour on Twitch, and somebody jumped in, and I read their name, and then after I read it, I'm like, "Wait a minute."
Yep. Yeah, Kevin Bethel is here. Hey, Kevin. My wife, Jeannie says, is here.
What's up, Gene?
Hot shot. And we're getting an echo. Brian, is that your phone?
Yeah, that's what it is. Do you have earbuds?
I do, yeah. When we get those?
Yeah.
That'd be, yeah.
I'll bring everyone through my house then, yeah.
It's almost like this is our first show.
Jesus.
It's your third show.
Yeah, so it's close enough. Usually
it's
that's
close enough to your first, so it's okay.
Yeah.
All the stuff.
All right, let me get back to the chat here. All right, can you mute? Can you mute Brian?
Yeah, real quickly. I don't want to miss the tour though.
Well, we can still see the tour, but no, we can't say anything because his internet is.
We're getting a tour. Look at this.
Wow, man.
Oh.
Tour of the door. What was that?
Wow. It's dark out there, huh?
Dude, it's 8:00, man.
Oh, it's light out here.
Well, it's 5:00 where you are, so.
Yeah. Hey.
Okay. Think I'm good.
Yeah, better. Yeah.
Now, where's your router? That's what I want to know.
Downstairs in the laundry room. Should I go down there?
I mean, you're on Wi-Fi?
He's on Wi-Fi, all right.
Is it directly below you? Is it like directly below where you are, or? Okay.
No, it's probably about.
You need to get one of those. You need to get one of those big ass Nighthawk routers that are made for like multi-level buildings. That's what you need to get. I bet you have one of the ones that comes from the cable company, don't you?
I do.
The bootleg ones.
Yeah.
Yep. I knew it. Well, you better straighten things out. We got a lot to get to tonight, don't we, buddy?
Yeah.
We do. I'm sorry. I apologize to everyone.
Well, wait till the end of the show to start apologizing. That's you don't want to apologize in the beginning.
Been apologizing all day.
Okay. I don't think it's so bad. I don't think it's so bad. But hey, real quickly, let's get this out of the way. Otherwise, Mancuda will be calling each of us. This Saturday is the Great Johnny Beane Halloween Costume Contest, and you can pause the video right there to read all the categories, the rules. Basically, if you can send us a picture dressed up as one of us, somebody in the crew like John BL, Mancuda, Michael Smith, Jay, myself, Caleb, Neanderpaul, Mama Cuda, Wilfred Brimley, Ned the Cat, Blue Rhino. I forget. There's so many.
We're going to have to get boner jams in there. Both versions of them. The real version and then the one on the screen.
Yeah.
Get it? This one?
Or
I would
this
love
one?
to see this. I would love to see what Cobra Kai could come up with this clown shoe on my shirt.
Wow. So yeah, anyway, this Saturday, make sure to join us. Make sure to submit a picture or a video. Tag me at Johnny Beane, hashtag Johnny Beane, John Mancuda, Jay Hannon, however you want to do it. Make sure you get us pictures. Oh
man.
Make sure you get us some stuff, and it's going to be great. There's tons of prizes. There's guitar pickups. There's cash. Charles Green donated $100 towards a winner. Mike Neese donated 3 EVH tunas.
Whoa!
Brand new. Gold, black, and red, different ones.
Wow.
An EVH guitar strap. Yeah, he donated some cool stuff. Tessie Switch is donating stuff. A lot of cool. There you go. Yeah. Tessie Switch right there. Exclamation point Tessie in the chat.
Yeah.
And
hey, you know what, Johnny? I can't believe I didn't think of this. Now I probably shouldn't say this on the air because I don't want to make any promises. But what about Colonel's, man? Colonel's popcorn. I'm gonna ask my buddy.
Sounds good to me.
Buddy. Now we're really getting some echo, huh? I'm gonna ask him if they'd like to submit a prize package, as Ric Flair would say.
That'd be great.
Package.
That'd be great. Yeah.
I'm sure they'll be down with it.
I still got to try that the hot popcorn.
I got a bag downstairs, man. I don't like the hot stuff. Jeannie eats that. But
that sounds so good.
I can't do the hot stuff.
Sounds so good. Awesome. Yeah, so we've got a contest. Join us this Saturday night. It's gonna be insanity. What else?
We already got a couple submissions, right? Remember last night we got Killian as John BL. And then, not to be outdone, we got Ellie Vi as John BL.
Hi, Ellie.
So, what's funny about that is in our Saturday night text thread, John BL finally responded and said, I saw that last night, definitely creepy. And I responded with, well, now you know how we feel every Saturday night.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I don't think you liked that one, but it's funny. It's all good.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, so anyway. All right, I guess I'm gonna bounce. I'm gonna let you guys do your thing.
Okay.
We're gonna try for the love of God.
Have a great time.
Thanks. If we need you, we'll let you know.
Yeah, I'll be here. So
or you'll just see that we need you.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a tough night.
All right. Well, have fun.
Okay,
have fun. All right. Rock on. Bye, everybody.
Good night. Oh, not everybody else, but good night, Johnny. So, Brian, considering your limitations tonight, do you want me to take point?
Please do.
Okay. All right. So, I know, obviously we only do this once a month, the last Friday, and this is the first show since Eddie Van Halen passed away. And I know we've already on the regular shows have talked about it a lot, but we figured it wouldn't be right if we didn't mention Eddie Van Halen passing away on here, and obviously terrible, but I think I can speak for everybody in the chat and everybody who watches Johnny's channel and all the shows that we do, that he's probably the biggest influence on the majority of us, probably all of us. So we just wanted to kind of mention it and obviously say that it sucks, and obviously oh, Steve Anderson's here.
Up,
I had to
Steve?
interrupt everything for Steve Anderson. What's up, buddy?
What up? Yeah, in regards to Eddie Van Halen, as I think most of you know, I'm not a huge Van Halen fan, but I'm a huge Eddie Van Halen fan. Obviously, he's inspired all the guitarists that inspire me, and obviously inspire you, Jay. So it's a huge loss for the community and most influential guitarist of all time passing away. So we really had to definitely talk about it for a minute, and I would be doing him a disservice. But Jay, I know, like, when he passed, the first thing I was just like, oh no, like I thought of you. And I know you said it too on other shows, that like people who you haven't talked to in a long time knew how big and how important Eddie was to you.
Yeah.
So when I saw it, like, and obviously I know he's not your friend and it's not like a family member, but when I sent it to you, I'm like, I know, like, this is like hurts you, and I know he's not like a family member, but I'm sorry, because I know how I'd feel if like Corey Taylor passed away, or when Dime died. Like, I was not good. So that's what I thought of. So that's why I sent it to you. But I think you should talk just briefly about how important he was to you, and he is.
Well,
still.
it's one of those things where and you're right. I usually don't get too caught up in celebrities and all these people that, like I said, I've never met the guy. I don't have that type of connection, but it really is different when somebody has had that much influence in your life. As long as I can remember, my older brother got me into that stuff from when I was a very young kid. And, if it wasn't for Eddie Van Halen, who knows what I'd be doing right now? Probably the same thing. Nothing. No, but I don't know if I ever would have picked up a guitar. Obviously, everybody knows that Larry Mitchell is one of my biggest influences as well. Like, he's the reason why I made that decision to ask for a guitar for my birthday. But Eddie Van Halen is the reason why I wanted to play guitar in the first place and just get into music. And it is a different thing when somebody, has been in your life, even though it's a different way than, like you said, a family member or something. But it stung, man. It hurt bad. And the one thing, and I don't want to go too far into this, but when I saw Valerie's post, that's the one that really got me good. I was like, man, so obviously Eddie Van Halen's music is going to live forever. And what I'm hoping is that obviously Eddie inspired multiple generations of guitarists and musicians. I'm hoping, and I think it'll happen, because we all saw that the week after he passed away, there was a crazy increase in streams, singles and stuff, and albums being in like the top 10 again, and on the streaming charts and stuff like that. And I think that some of these young kids that maybe don't even listen to rock or metal, that never really heard anything like that, will hear that, and it'll be like that same type of thing when we heard it for the first time. Like, what is that? I want to make that sound. And I honestly think Eddie Van Halen will end up triggering another generation of musicians and guitarists. And maybe that's what, music needed at this point, something to kick it in the ass and get these young kids into playing instruments again. because the stuff that these young kids are listening to now, man, I don't know what's going on. But, you know, if anything good can come out of this, it's that I think he's going to inspire another multiple generations of musicians and guitarists. So Eddie Van Halen.
No, that's great.
Yep. And not to make this too sad, but I know you wanted to mention a friend of yours.
Yeah. One of my, well, a really good friend of mine who was kind of like family. He was my guitar teacher. His name was Ollie Herbert. He was inspired by Eddie Van Halen, loved Eddie. And so it's a good segue to go from Eddie to Ollie.
Mm-hmm.
If people don't know, Ollie Herbert was the guitarist for All That Remains. And a couple of years ago, I'll just brief story how I got to meet him and how I became close to my family is I work with everyone knows everyone knows that I'm a State Farm agent. Everyone here, right?
Everyone knows that you have
shitty
shitty internet and you're getting cut out real bad right now. You may have to go down to the laundry room for
Sorry.
this.
I may have to. But
yeah.
I was working on my business plan, and then I'm like, I need to take guitar lessons. I've never taken a lesson in my life, and I think I'm plateauing. I don't think I'm going to get any better than when I'm at. And my friend Ashley, she's like, "Oh, I'll give you Ollie Herbert's phone number." Did that come through at all?
Kinda.
Jay?
You're getting real choppy. And now I think we lost you. Johnny, you want to come back? You want to come back for a minute while Brian figures this shit out?
All right. There I am.
There you are.
Sorry. I may literally go sit in the laundry room if I need to do this.
You might have to put some dirty laundry on your dirty underwear.
Do some, yeah.
I will. I'll throw a load in while I'm down there. But I don't know where I cut off. But in regards to Ollie, I wanted to work. Huh?
Phone number. You got it. Somebody gave you his phone number.
Yes, my friend Ashley gave me his phone number and reached out to him for lessons, and All That Remains wasn't on tour, and he's like, "Yeah, I'd love to." So he started coming over once a week, and he was just so good, such a great musician. He went to school for music theory, and he just knew his shit. Like brilliant. He's the best music mind I've ever met, and loved music. He would just sit and play, and he was writing a book on writing like 220 scales. So the guy just loved music. So
it's about 195 more than I know.
Right. And he just coming over every week became part of the family. And make a long story short, one day Ollie was supposed to come over on a Wednesday. I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday. So I texted him. It's like, "Hey man, make sure tomorrow by 6 we're gonna have dinner, and then we'll work." And I didn't hear from him. So I was like, whatever. Next morning, I'm working. I get a text from you and OJ from Byzantine. Like, "Is this true?" And it was a article from TMZ saying that Ollie Herbert passed away. And the first thing that went through my mind was like, okay, well, that's a good reason why he didn't text me back that he wasn't coming over. Because I was about to be like, "Yo, Dick, come on, like, make sure you're here." And that was literally the first thing I thought of. And I was just like, wow. And I really don't want to get into like what has been going on, but if anyone wants to take a few minutes and go out onto look at Justice for Ollie, basically there's some foul play going on in regards to his passing. So
alleged foul play. We gotta be PC here.
Yes, thank you, Jay. Alleged foul play, and it's been 2 years since he passed, and you know, I've known a lot of people. I've had a lot of friends pass away, and his hurt a lot. I think the biggest reason why is Ollie was a child, and not that's not even being mean. It's just he was such like an innocent soul. He would come over and we would talk about, you know, finances and investing and stuff like that, and things that most people know and understand. And it's not that he wasn't smart. He just didn't interest him. What interested him was playing the guitar, learning music, talking about music. And it's like he was gone too soon, and it stung. And it's been 2 years since he passed. And I'd always want to keep him alive, and you know, by his music, obviously, but I do always want to talk about him. And great guy, and he's missed. And yeah, so I wanted to talk about that briefly.
Yeah, and it's you know, I'd never met him. Well, I think we did meet him because we played with those guys. Yeah, you know, this was obviously what would it be now? 15, 14 years ago or something like that. And I don't really remember the show that much.
Right.
But everybody that I know that knew him said that he was like you said, just a beautiful soul, a super nice guy, very kind. Nobody had anything mean to say about him at all. And it does suck, man, especially like when you, like you said, the Justice for Ollie thing. Like, obviously we don't want to insinuate anything on here, but when there's questions involving anything like that, it kind of pisses you off when you're like, wait a minute, you know. But people can make their own assumptions about all that stuff. But it does suck. And I know, like, you know, talking to you when you were like hanging out with him and getting lessons from him, like you even told me like your kids like loved him. They wanted him to like hang out and stay for dinner, and just, it was almost like he was an extra, you know, part of the family like that, you know, when you guys got together.
Yeah.
So
like he wouldn't come over for a half hour, 45 minutes for a lesson and leave. He was here for 3-4 hours at least. And a lot of times we would go out and grab drinks and stuff like that. But yeah, he was great with my kids. He would be sitting in Delaney's room, and Laney would be talking to him about, I don't know, whatever 6-year-olds talk about. But yeah, he was great, really patient, and just a real good dude. So he's missed, definitely.
Yeah. So now that we've gotten the sad part of the show over, but not sad. We're celebrating these people's legacies and music. So it's sad, but at the same time, let's continue listening to their music and showing other people that these guys kicked ass. So I know you wanted to mention, I know you're a big Seven Dust fan.
Yep.
I'm not as big as you are. I mean, even though that their album Animosity that came out, what, like 2000, 2001, something around there.
I think
that album,
Animosity was 01.
Yeah, that album kicks ass. I'm a fan of that one. So if you want to talk about that one for a minute, and then I'll give my slight review, even though I probably got through about half the album, which is my norm nowadays for a band that I'm not a huge fan of.
Yeah, the new Seven Dust came out on Friday. It's called Blood and Stone. So far, so good. I haven't really sat and, you know, digested the whole thing, but the first song I listened to, the first time I was like, I didn't like it. There's like a electronic sample in it. If you've listened to it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Besides that, like that sample at the beginning, that goes with the main riff. That song is dope. It's really good. The chorus is real strong, so it's really, really good song. The first, I think, 5 or 6 songs, because I don't know about you, but when I listen to an album, I always start with the first song and just keep going. Then I'll get to work or whatever, and then I'll start again from the beginning. So sometimes it takes me a while to get to the end. I don't know if that's what you do, but sometimes it takes me a while.
Smart that you're doing that with this one, because I have noticed something about Seven Dust. I've noticed that for the majority of their albums, they're very front-loaded. You know, like even Animosity, for instance, like the first 7 songs are like, oh my God, this album is unbelievable. And then it hits that point where like, all right, the end of the album, those last 3-4 songs are kind of like, you know, I hate to say the word filler, but that's kind of how I feel about a lot of well, a lot of bands do that, you know. And Brian's frozen, but that's okay. That's okay. I can give my quick synopsis of the album. I mean, I didn't have it on sitting here listening intently. You know, I had it on in the kitchen earlier, and it wasn't bad by any stretch of the imagination. You know, if it was on, it doesn't annoy me or anything. It was good, but it didn't have anything in it that was like, oh yeah, you know, it sounded like Seven Dust, which I guess is a good thing if you have a sound, you know, and you instantly know it's them. But you know, they've had a long career, and you know, it's hard to continue pumping out great records, you know, after how many years now? Almost 24 years, 23 years they've been pumping them out.
Yeah.
Right? So Wayno loves Seven Dust. And yes, he said, Jay, how can you not be a fan? You look exactly like Clint. My father wanted to name me Clint. Thank God. My mother said no. I'm not tough enough to be called Clint.
Well, hopefully my internet holds up long enough. But yeah, so getting back to the album, there's some really strong songs on there, and if my internet was working properly, I would tell you a few of them. But there's some really good stuff. On the erection scale, I would give it right now about a 6 to a 7 out of 10 boners right now. So not bad.
So 6.5, you're saying?
6.5, like a semi. You know, like 6 solid boners with a semi in there. So that's where I'm at right now. But Wayno and Mr. Hellstorm, hell yeah. Seven Dust is a fantastic live band. They're top 3 for me. They're real good.
They are.
They're real good.
I have a small story to tell about Seven Dust, and I have a bone to pick with them. So I'd say in the early 2000s, might have been, I'm trying to think when it would have been. Maybe even on the Animosity tour, might have been. But we used to play, and Brian knows this place, the Chance in Poughkeepsie, New York. That was our, if you want to call like home field, home stadium. That was the place that we, you know, kind of cut our teeth, and you know, anytime we played there, we had a pretty good following. Well, the beauty about that place was it was an old theater, right? So right off the stage, you know, was the pit, as if you call it, the floor, you know. So it was great. You know, I love those intimate shows where the crowd is right there. You know what I mean? So whenever we'd play there, you know, you go up to the front of the stage, there's people right there, you know, whatever. Well, when Seven Dust played there, one of their demands to the Chance was that they build a guardrail. I forget how many feet it was from the front of the stage. I don't know if it was 3 feet, 4 feet, whatever it might have been. I forget now. Basically a guardrail in front of the stage. So, you know, there could be bouncers in front, and then the guardrail, and then the crowd, right? I mean, the place it's not like you're playing Giant Stadium. You know what I mean? Or Soldier Field, as far as me and Brian would be considered. Right. And they kept it there. So anytime after they came through, whenever we'd play there, it was like, man, now people are like farther away, and you lose that kind of connection, I think, with the crowd, especially when it's not a huge, you know, when you're not playing in front of thousands of people. And that kind of ticked me off about them. Like, those sons of bitches, man. They came in for a show and they put a disconnect between you and the crowd. And, you know, I wonder if that thing is still there. It might be, you know, but I know for the rest of our touring days, that thing was there. So
that was
it kind of
pissed
me off about them.
That was because of Seven Dust.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, because back then we were kind of like cool with all the guys that work there and stuff. You know, the bouncers like Chuck and stuff. And I remember like there was something going on at the loft, which is upstairs of the Chance. I forget if we were at a buddy, like a friend's band show or something. I remember like going down and looking, and I'm like, what the hell are they doing? And one of the guys was telling us, oh yeah, Seven Dust plays here tomorrow or whatever the hell it was. And we have to build, and they explained it all to us. And I'm like, man, that sucks,
Right.
but whatever. It is what it is. If anybody goes to the Chance, let me know if it's still there.
I actually, last time I was at the Chance was, I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago. I was with my friend Shy. We went to go see Seven Dust there. We drove from Connecticut to Poughkeepsie, and they were amazing. And then a brawl ensued, so that was a good time. So.
Oh God, I hate when that happens. Don't you?
I'm a grown man. I don't have time for that.
That's what I mean, man. Yep. God, why do people? You look forward to going out and having fun, right?
Yeah.
Why do you want to get into a fight and ruin it? Your night's over. As soon as you get into a fight at a show, at a club, whatever, the night's over. You're leaving. Whether you're leaving in a cop car, you're leaving in your own car, you're done for the night. I just never understood that,
Yeah, it was great. So two quick things about that show. One, my boy Shy just mentioned it. It was a great show. I think Shy took down a cop too in the pit, if I'm not mistaken. So that was one thing. And then the other thing is we were on the way home that night, and we're in the back roads of Connecticut, middle of nowhere. And then all of a sudden, this like owl or demon bird just flew in front of the vehicle and promptly shit all over my vehicle as it was going by. It was it was insane, scary, and hilarious at the same time. And I know Shy will he remembers that. How could you not? Because I pissed myself when that happened.
What the hell was that?
And then but also last year, I think I talked about this briefly, but I had a chance to sit and play with John and Clint.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me about this. Yep.
That was fucking great. How cool is it to, I've listened to Seven Dust for 20 something years, and just to sit and play with them for about an hour and change. It was great. That was one of the best music experiences I've ever had in my life. So maybe one day I'll get that with like Mick Thompson or Jim Root or Monkey.
Wait a second. Was a meet and greet?
Yeah, so they have like Seven Dust is really good with the fans. So they had this meet and greet where you can go and hang out with LeJean, you can go play drums with Morgan, hang out with whomever. So they have a thing where you can hang out with the guitarists. I was like, yes. So I could play with them for an hour and a half.
An hour and a half you played with them?
Nah, I would say about an hour 15. It was a long time. We played several songs, and we actually talked about Ollie for a bit because Seven Dust was supposed to go to Europe with All That Remains, and so then Ollie passed away. They were supposed to go, I think, at the end of November, and Ollie passed in October. So
damn.
So it didn't happen. So we talked about it, and they were cool as hell. We talked about Ollie and stories about him, and it was great. It was great. The cool thing too is I asked them, I'm like, can we play? There's a song called Death Star. Like, can we play that? Like, hell yeah. So it was cool. And then Clint's like, he didn't write that. He wasn't in Seven Dust when they wrote it. I'm like, don't worry, bro. I got you. I just did his part. So it was great.
Watch me for the changes, bud.
Yeah, I'm like, I got you, son. And as Shiloh mentioned, it was carrying a dead animal as it shit on my windshield 2 feet from the car. My wiper smeared the shit all over the windshield. You couldn't see anything. It was, and this is like 1 a.m. and just pitch black darkness of the woods of Connecticut. It was great.
It's pretty. Demon Wayno says Demon Bird, great band name. Yeah, I like that, man.
Yeah.
So I know there's a I think this is a cool topic because there's some different opinions about bands who do meet and greets. I think if you look at how much they cost, they're not cheap. Depending on what band it is and all that stuff. And some people think it's an extra way for the band to kind of take money from the fans. But I mean, if you think about it, right? Bands aren't selling records anymore. You know what I mean? So they kind of got to make up as much difference as they can. You know what I mean? So, I mean, if this was, you know, before the internet really ruined everything with music sales, I would kind of maybe say, yeah, I agree on that. You know, charging that much money just to say hi, and a lot of it isn't what you were able to do. You actually sat, hung out, shot the shit, and played guitar with these guys. Like that's the dream of meet and greet to me. That's cool as hell. Imagine being able to do that with like your favorite band. Is like, hey, I'll pay a couple of $100, and even if it's for like 20 minutes, half hour, I can bring a guitar in or play one of theirs and jam with them for a few minutes and kind of like pick their brains about like, well, for this little riff, you know, what were you kind of thinking? Why would you, you know, just like piece together songs and stuff like that? Like what goes into that? But most of the ones you see, it's literally the band lined up, standing outside of the dressing room or whatever, a backstage area.
Yeah.
And people in a line or whatever, they get to like, you know, spend 30 seconds, get something signed, maybe get a picture, a hug or a handshake.
Or handy.
And then they're out of there.
Right.
So that type of thing isn't really, you know, like that's kind of weird. But again, like I said, the fact that bands, you know, they're not selling the records that they were selling years ago. And the way they make their money now is touring and merch, obviously.
Right.
So
yeah, you have to be creative.
Yeah.
And Johnny, can you do me a favor? Can you pull up dog shit pantyhose? The comment in the chat.
Where is it? I don't. Oh.
It's true. Sorry, dog shit pantyhose.
I know what kind of person you are. I hope you feel bad about. I hope part of you at least looks back and like, wow, that was a real asshole thing to do. I hope.
Yeah. That was it was a pretty dick thing to do. I agree. At the time, it seemed funny more than anything.
Of course.
But then when I was like smearing, actually, I don't feel bad. I think that I don't feel bad at all because the people that I hit with the dog shit were just terrible human beings that I just like hoped that they'd trip and fall down the stairs and dislocate a shoulder or something, you know?
Okay, so it wasn't just like the next door neighbor walking the kids around trick or treating.
No.
Oh,
no,
okay,
no,
all right.
It was a coordinated attack, you know. I didn't mess around. Like when I was on Halloween, I had set agenda for dog shit smearing, and it happened. Would I do that now at 39? Probably, but no, I wouldn't now. But yeah, dude, I have a million great stories. We can talk one night just all about my Halloween stories. But
well, I'm just glad it wasn't a random act of like just going around slapping people with you know, poop hose.
Yeah, like random act of fecal violence. No, I don't do that.
Yeah, because I'd feel bad about that. I feel bad.
Ben Tom is correct. Only the shitheads got they got it.
Only the shitheads got the shit.
Great.
Oh, that's pretty good.
But like what you're saying, getting back to the meet and greets, it's you know, things change, right? Technology changes things in business. You have to change or you die. So from a band standpoint, like I think Seven Dust does a great job with that. Just like I would kill if Slipknot had that and Jim Root was like, oh, you can hang out with me for an hour, $500. Like, yes, I would, hell yeah, I would do that for an hour of time. And you know, I think I've talked before. I don't know if I definitely did on the show, but I got to meet Jim Root once, and I was with Jimmy, your brother-in-law, Optimus Thrice. And I couldn't say anything. I didn't know what to say, and I knew I had like a really short period of time to say what I wanted to, and I couldn't. I just was like, "Thank you," but I really wanted to say like "I love you," not from a weirdo standpoint, but more of like, "I watch you all the time. I emulate your guitar playing. Like the riffs that you write are amazing. So I think the only thing I really said was like, your guitar work on the last album was really creative and you did a great job. And he was like, oh, thank you. And then Jimmy just looks at me and he's like, that's all you had? I'm like, I don't know what to say.
Dude, I totally get it, man. You don't know what to say. I mean, you don't want to come off like a huge fanboy. You know what I mean? Because that's the last thing. Usually, a lot of these guys and girls, the last thing they want to really talk about is their music.
Right.
You know, like, I mean, obviously giving a compliment is great, but like when you really come off like, you know, oh my God, you're so great. I love you. Your guitar, you know, they're usually people are like, all right, that's cool, man. Thanks. You know, but
Right.
at the same time, how do you strike up a conversation with somebody about something else when you don't even know, you know, when you don't know them? So it's a tricky thing. That's why I usually just shut up and don't say anything to these people. I make it real awkward and just stand there.
No, one time I was with Ollie. We went to see, oh my God, what's Panther, Steel Panther. Holy crap! And since it was Ollie, we can go anywhere we want. So at the end of the show, we got to hang out and Satchel. And if everyone doesn't know, and if you don't know, you might be blind, but they're all wearing wigs.
What?
And he comes up, he's got a shaved head, and what a cool dude. You can tell, like, it's just a persona and what he puts on. He's joking around. What a nice guy, super polite, real cool. I think Ollie and I hung out with him for about an hour, just talking, shooting the shit. That dude is amazing. And the cool thing about that is, I think everyone who knows Satchel knows how amazing of a guitarist he is. And he just kept talking about how great Ollie was. And Ollie is an awkward dude anyway. So it was weird. So I was like, Ollie, thank him. He was talking about how great you are. So
No, you're great. No, you're great. No, but you're greater. No, well, I think you're greater than I am. Yeah, well, I think was it one of those?
It was cool. And they just were talking about, you know, Satchel was just talking about different things Ollie does and like his alternate picking. He's like, oh man, he's like, you're the best in the game. And I'm looking at Ollie, I'm like, yeah, you can alternate pick. Like, I didn't know there was like a best in the game to this. Like, it was really cool. And what a good dude. And the drummer hung out with us too, Styx Zaldana.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we went to the show, we were hanging out with a couple girls that were girlfriends of the guys in Steel Panther. And oh my.
Oh, it was more like that.
Yeah. They were not
Walking
ugly.
around with
Boner jams in effect. But what good people, what really nice people. And it's funny just like now, like after meeting them, and obviously I only hung out with them for a couple hours total, but you'll see like interviews and they're shitting on Motley Crue and like saying how big of a piece of shit that Vince Neil is and Nikki Sixx is a big bag of douche. Like it's pretty amusing, you know, and they're so nice, you know. So it was cool. But
it is funny to read stuff like that. I mean, I would hope that if I was ever in a band like that, I wouldn't do that. But I can understand once you get, you know, when you got that ego and you know, people are putting microphones in front of your face or asking for a soundbite. Like, hey, did you see what this guy said about you and your band? I can understand why I'd be like, well, listen to this. You know, I can understand why I'd get, you know, say something back. So, you know.
Real quick, this is completely off topic, but Chris Bevan said earlier he wanted to see my tattoos because they look killer.
Well, you do that.
So,
I'm gonna go take a whiz real quick.
Okay.
No, if I was gonna poop, I'd be off for the rest of the show. I'll be right back.
So, Chris, here's my sleeve, and if you guys couldn't tell, these are slip masks. And since I love Halloween, I've pumpkin tattooed as well. So Slipknot, so Joey Jordison, and then on the back, Paul Gray, and then going up, I have Jim Root. Since Jim Root's my favorite guitarist, living guitarist, had to get him. And people are like, why'd you get him on your inner bicep? Because it's closest to my heart. I know it sounds real cheesy, but it's the whole reason why I did that. And then there we go, Corey Taylor. So have that. And then on the front, Mick Thompson. Then I have stuff that goes on my back, down to my butt cheeks. So that's another show though. But Chris, I hope you enjoyed that. Just check it in. Black Guitar Nut. What's going on? Blackjack Guitar Nut. How you doing, man? Thrash metal and fun riffs. What's going on? A Legion. Good band. Thank you, Mr. Spalding. We got to get we'll get to Jay to talk about your album.
Yeah. First, I got to remember to listen to it. Brian, send me a message tomorrow or something to remind me to listen to that stuff. I feel terrible for not listening to it, but I did listen to, like, when you sent it to me. I did hear, or whoever sent it to me, whether it was him or you. Maybe you were just, yeah. I heard like a couple of seconds of something, and I could definitely tell he was a really, really good guitarist. So,
he's filthy.
Yeah,
he's really good.
Well, let's segue with a station identification. You're watching Johnny Beane TV on YouTube. Thumbs up, please. If you don't thumbs up, we got at least 47 watching right now. Click a thumbs up, please. Like and subscribe to the channel. Click the bell. For crying out loud, click it or stick it. And share the shit, will you? Oh, yeah. And if you order Colonel's popcorn and mention mine or Johnny's name, you'll get hooked up, and it's the best popcorn on the planet. But you got to order the chocolate-covered cashews because they are the best. I'm telling you, I have to stop myself from eating the whole pack when they come because they are. Ask Johnny. When Johnny comes back on here, ask him how those chocolate. There's a video of Johnny opening this stuff and sampling, and it's friggin' hilarious because you can see his taste buds just explode.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's great. Colonel's popcorn.
I don't think Brian's had it yet, right?
No.
I got to have him send you something out because he's in Geneva, Illinois, at Naperville. They have a store in Naperville and a store in Geneva.
Oh, okay.
So
gotcha.
And it's
Good
great.
Deal.
Great stuff.
I know. Quickly on the chat, your boy Jesus Villadorme. I don't want to say that in English, so I'm going to translate in Spanish. That's why I have a Jim Root telly. I do not. I have a Jim Root Jazzmaster, and I have a Jim Root telly. I'm sorry. I do have it. What am I talking about?
What are you talking about? You're getting it's chopping up too.
Oh, sorry. When where's my new Jazzmaster?
Dude, I asked today.
No, you didn't. You're so full of shit.
I'll take a screenshot.
Show us.
Well, I'm not going to show you who it is. Well, you know who it is, but I'm not going to show the crowd.
Yeah, no. I'm just
this person is going to be back at work tomorrow, and he's going to find out. Let me see. I'll show you. Let me see if I can. Hold on. Oh, I almost deleted the whole thing.
Uh-oh. Hey, Keith.
I've been off for a few days. I'll look tomorrow, but I don't think it will tell me that info.
I want to see the timestamp right now.
Timestamp 6:45 p.m. today. So 6:45, suck it.
So yeah, Jesus, I have Jazz Masters. I love Jim Root. So yeah, it's great, and I'm pumped to get my new one. So I'll have two of them tuned to drop B. There you go.
Ooh, drop B, huh?
That's how I get down, bro.
Do you have any standard 7 strings?
Standard 7 strings?
Like standard tuned 7 strings.
I have a universe which is not in my possession, nor has it been in my possession for a long time. But that
Probably
would be.
over a year.
It's been a long time. But that would be my standard tuned 7-string, and I
And
have
probably,
the. Sorry.
no, I was gonna say, and only because I set it up and changed the strings for you, right?
No, because I have my other 7-string that's tuned to A, so it's standard tuning, drop the step. That's for corn. So if I'm playing some Gizmochi or Trivium, I'll use the universe, and then if I'm going to play corn, I'll play my other 7-string, RG.
Gotcha.
Thanks, Chris Bevan.
Was there something else in there? I'm gonna look through the chat real quick. If you guys didn't see anything, I hate not getting to people who are asking questions. Russell Zahner says Australia has a ton of great metal coming out now. I'd love to hear some of it. I can't
like
pronounce a bunch of the names that he is saying in the chat. A couple from the Ukraine, I guess. Bulgaria, different countries. I can't. If I pronounce those names, I'd sound like more of an idiot than I am.
Well, 12-Foot Ninjas from Australia, they're awesome, and they're coming out with a new album.
Blake likes them.
They're great.
Yeah. Well, I guess I have a little of my own news, I guess, to share.
Let's do it. Let's get into it. Hurry up.
All right.
Let's talk about it.
Well, it's nothing groundbreaking, but it looks like the first single and the album announcement, the official album announcement for the new Gizmochi record, is going to be October 27th, which is Black Friday.
November 27th, you mean?
What did I say?
October. That was yesterday.
Did I really? Yesterday. It came out yesterday. Hey, look at that. I'm sorry. November 27th, Black Friday, is going to be the first official single for the new Gizmochi record and the album announcement. So obviously we have a show that night, Johnny.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that day, people are going to be able to go on, whether it's Spotify or iTunes, pre-order the record through there and get that first single, which I know Brian has the whole album, Boner Jams, right there on the screen. Oh, you don't have the whole album? Sorry. Oh, yeah. So you have the whole album.
I do.
And the single that we're releasing, the first song we're releasing, there's a part, and I don't want to spoil anything here, but there's a part in it that Brian thinks is one of the coolest heavy metal riffs ever written. Am I right?
Oh yeah. So let me talk about this. You can shut up for a few minutes.
Okay.
So a few things. If you guys have a few minutes tonight, and if you haven't ever listened to Gizmochi, check out Wandering Eyes. It is one of the best songs off The Imbuing, which is their debut album. So good. And there is a really cool part. There's a few parts, actually. Jay plays a solo. If you watch a video, Jay plays a solo whilst standing on a toilet. So that's the one thing I like to say. It's true. While defecating. And but there is a really cool part. I don't even have once you hear it, you'll know. It's basically bridge bending, and it is a few people who really know me and know how I like music, like Shiloh in here. I love me a good bridge bending or bending of strings, and on the new single that's coming out, there is, and I'm not saying this because Jay is family. It could be a person I loathe who wrote this. It is one of the coolest guitar riffs I have ever heard in my life. You may piss your pants. It's fucking dope.
Well,
it's so good. And the other cool thing about it is I'm on that song too. I get to play a little bit. And the coolest thing for me, you know, like what I'm on, like 20 seconds on a part. The coolest thing for me, honestly, is that I'm on a song with my brother and one of my best friends that I've known since I was a little kid. And it's something that I'll have always to cherish. So to be on a song, on a Gizmachi song with you and Jimmy is, I don't know, is one of the coolest things of my life. So
And
I'm pretty pumped.
don't forget Bjorn from Soilwork is the lead singer on the album.
How can I forget?
You're on, huh?
How can I forget? That's awesome. Like I'm work every day with some really cool. My employees are great, but State Farm Agent is on a song with Bjorn Strid. Shit, life is good. It's really cool.
Well, thanks for the
Now,
compliment.
Oh no, absolutely, Ben Tom. You may piss yourself quite a bit. It's really good. It's really good. It's a good song. The riff is super heavy. When you hear my little lead part, get the Kleenex out. It's gonna be emotional.
And the Vaseline. Don't forget the Vaseline.
It's great. But I'm pumped. I'm pumped for everyone to hear it. And I'm really excited. And I know Jay really well. He does not like to pat himself on the back or talk about his music a lot, but I think you guys are in for a real treat. This is a really good album. I'm really excited for everyone to hear it. It's gonna be great.
Thank you, man.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to it.
Sorry, Johnny. What? See, now I'm like embarrassed. What were you saying, Johnny?
I'm looking forward to it.
Well, I'll send it to you, man. I feel bad, but then again, I know you're not the biggest, you know.
Well, I mean, I like, you know, I do listen to everything. I mean, I really do.
I'm just afraid that my friends won't like it.
Well, the great thing about this song, without spoiling it for too many people, but this is the perfect song for the first single of the album for the masses to hear. It's
Oh man, Should I finish?
You okay?
So you can talk. Am I alone now?
There you go.
I think I'm alone.
Okay. No, what I was just saying is it's definitely the best representation of the album is the song.
Well, that's good to hear, man. Yeah. It's I like it. I mean, it's my vote for the first single, you know. And Russell Zahner says Bjorn with a question mark. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, we did Ozfest in 2005 and Soilwork was on that as well. And you know, we've always kind of stayed in contact to a certain extent, especially Jimmy, the drummer. He's always stayed in contact with Dirk, the old drummer from Soilwork. So when
he's now the drummer of Megadeth.
Yeah, now exactly. Now Dirk's with Megadeth, which is even crazier. So when what happened with our old singer happened, I don't want to get into any details and that type of thing. We contacted Bjorn and we were like, hey man, you know, we kind of explained a little bit and said, you know, we kind of need, you know, would you be interested in singing like the whole album? So we sent him a few songs and he was like, oh my God, yes. So next thing you know, we got a song back and we were like, oh yeah, here we go. And it was just on from there. And he completely just, you know, knocked it out of the park. And I think it took, you know, I don't want to say anything negative, but in my opinion, I think he took the band to like the next level of like, you know, holy crap, you know, so. That's my
really did. And I thought Sean did a great job for what he was doing with the screaming and Mike with the clean vocals, but Bjorn
keep in mind this is on the internet. This is forever.
Yeah, with Bjorn and Mike doing it with the clean vocals from Mike and Bjorn with the clean vocals and the heavy parts.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Good night, Amanda.
And
for you and for everybody watching this, who have their own music and their own band and own recordings, you'll know what I'm talking about when I say it's very hard and impossible, I would say, to listen to your own music like a fan would. And with Bjorn on it, I'm able to kind of pull myself away from it a little bit because I'm such a huge Soilwork fan, and Bjorn obviously is one of my favorite, vocalists in metal. But it allows me to kind of detach myself a little bit and hear it from a fan's perspective, because I'm not involved in like when he was obviously doing his vocals. It wasn't like we were in a band situation doing it, and it's just a very cool thing to be able to hear this stuff and like listen to it like a fan would, and it's a cool feeling to be able to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And the cool thing for me is, a friend of yours, and like, hey Brian, check this out, and just to hear what he's doing, it's cool. And I'm just I'm relieved that this is finally coming out.
Oh God, dude, I know, right? Holy crap!
It's like Chinese democracy, but it's
worse.
so good.
Worse than that.
Yeah, what Jimmy did his drums 10 years ago, right?
Yeah, March or May of 2010. I think it was March of 2010. The drums were recorded.
So when the album comes out, it will be basically 11 years.
Yeah, 11 years. I like odd numbers, so that works out well for me. 11 years since he did the drums, but also 16 years, which I guess is an odd number, since the last album came out. So, I mean, that's just insane. That it's
so
that
the next
long.
album
Hey,
will come out.
It's going to be better. It's better that it's coming out now than it would have been if it came out in like 2007 or 8, which was the original release date for this shit.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it really is, man.
Well, your I don't know if I should say it, but your like intro song is something you guys had for 14, 15 years now, right?
That was written in 2006. We actually used that as our intro.
Mhm.
Like we had it burned on a CD, and they would play it right before we hit the stage. Like the lights would go out, and this intro song would hit, and we'd, towards the middle of it, we'd get up on stage. That song, for the handful of people that remember, that song is the first song on the album. And for the most part, the majority of the tracks that were recorded just as like a demo to put the song on in Pro Tools, most of it is still there. Like the clean guitar track, the main clean guitar track, the double, the left and right, that's the original track that Mike recorded. My lead, the guitar solo in it is the guitar solo I laid down the original time we recorded it. So there's stuff that's on here, that's on this album, that was literally recorded back in 2005 or 6 that's coming out now. So I think that's kind of neat, when you put down something that long ago and then something else was recorded this past summer, that far off, and it's all together now. It's kind of a neat thing, Hey, Cameron Brown's here.
Hey, what's up, Cam? I'm pumped for when your follow-up album comes out, when you guys are filing for Social Security. So it's gonna be cool.
Never. We're going out on top, but is it really the top? Man,
No, it's gonna be great. I'm really excited, and I hope everyone is too. It's gonna be awesome, and I look forward to hearing everyone, Mike, Gilmore, Jimmy, you guys talk about it, and you guys also are pretty amusing when you're all together too. So it'll be pretty good.
God, if it's through text message, it's a nightmare. I wanted to kind of talk about one of my favorite heavy metal bands, especially back in the day. I think you know this. I love Fear Factory. Especially like, Demanufacture and Obsolete, which is my favorite. Obsolete is the pinnacle for me as far as just, the songs, the songwriting, everything about it, the sound of the album. the production. It's just, to me, it's one of those albums that, everything, all the planets aligned, and it's kind of a bummer to see over the years what has happened to this band. And I don't know if anybody out there has kind of seen any of the articles and the sound or the, what has been said back and forth between different members or ex-members and stuff like that. But I guess to kind of, make a super long story short, the new Fear Factory album was recorded. Now, everybody out there, I'm sure, knows, who's a Fear Factory fan, that, Ray, the old drummer, and Christian, the old bass player, they haven't been in the band in a long time. So it's pretty much just, Dino and Burton, So with the new album that was supposed to come out, I don't know if it was last year or whatever, or 2 years ago, and everything kind of got held up in court over the Fear Factory name, the album got kind of, put on hold, which is understandable. Hey, if you don't want to screw yourself by putting something out when all of a sudden you don't have the rights to it or the name, So basically, Burton and Dino, who recorded, the latest Fear Factory album that I guess is whatever, they were in court fighting against Ray, and I don't know if Ray and Christian were kind of teamed up, whatever, but there was a fight over the Fear Factory name. All right. So we're going to go to about a month ago or two, and all of a sudden, Dino puts out a thing that they're crowdfunding the new album. So I guess all of a sudden Burton comes out and says the album was recorded 2 years ago or something. It's kind of a thing to pay, the GoFundMe. I should probably be reading the quotes that I pulled up, but whatever.
No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. It's basically, Burton says that the crowdfunding, the GoFundMe, is to pay for Dino's legal fees. Right. So I'm like, whoa, what is going on here? I thought these guys were like, Fear Factory, they were together on this whole thing. So I guess it ends up coming out that, and I'll get to the crowdfunding thing in a minute, but I guess why there's that disconnect now with Dino and Burton is because, from what I understand with an interview with Dino, is that after the court and stuff decided over the Fear Factory name, I guess nobody was awarded the name, or Burton and Dino, whatever it was, but I guess Dino said that the name was available, so he bought it himself. Like, he is now the owner of the Fear Factory name, right, and the band, right? So it seems like he did it without telling Burton. Now, I put myself in that situation, right? Let's just say, hypothetically, that you're in a band, right? Let's just put it in my situation. If all of a sudden me and Jimmy and Mike and Chris split up, right? And we're fighting over the name Gizmachi, okay? And we go to court for it. All of a sudden, the court gets ended, the name gets awarded to whatever, and all of a sudden, I find out that Jimmy, without telling anybody or me, who we were together on this whole thing, we were going to put out an album together, and all of a sudden I find out that he buys the rights to the Gizmachi name without telling me. I'd be pissed. So how all of a sudden Dino is upset that Burton is like saying, I don't want anything to do with this album now, and he's like, well, what's, he can always come back. Cause I guess the reason why now that Dino, and I'm sorry if I seem like I'm rambling, but I'm trying to like tie this thing all together, because it is kind of all over the place when all of a sudden everybody's coming out saying things. So now Dino is coming out saying the reason for the crowdfunding, the GoFundMe, is because he wants to put live real drums to the recording, which I understand. Who wants to go in with all programmed drums, especially ones that aren't what a real drummer would play, which I think happened to the last album. I listened to that album and I'm pissed because the real drummer wouldn't play that stuff. And he wants to put, he wants to have Andy Sneap remix it, and they want to put like keyboards on it and a whole bunch. They like basically want to kind of redo some things. But Burton is still going to be on it, and now it's like Burton wants nothing to do with it. The album is still going to come out, but Fear Factory is technically done now. Like this,
yeah.
I don't want to hear Fear Factory, especially after the long career they've had, and kind of it seems like it's a total mess now. I don't want to hear Fear Factory with another singer. So it's just a shame that I think Fear Factory, if they kind of stayed together with that original core four, I think they'd be one of the bigger metal bands to this day,
Right.
And I know like Christian, the old bass player, came out and said some things that I don't want to repeat on here about the other two guys. And it's just a mess. I hate to see when bands end up like that, especially bands that you're a fan of, and that you want to see put out new music and things like that.
Right.
And it really is a shame. And Robot Master Switch says, and he's right, why is the business of art always a total shit show? And it's true. It really is, man. It's all of a sudden and Brian, I don't want to take up the whole thing here, but
No, you're okay.
This kind of goes in what line we're talking about. Like there was an interview with Charlie Benanti and Scott Ian from Anthrax about the Persistence of Time record, which I think is their best record. I love that record. But he said like all of a sudden it went from fun to all of a sudden when that record, like after State of Euphoria came out, all of a sudden like the business aspect kind of like took over, and it wasn't like just, it wasn't fun anymore. It was fun, I'm sure, to play the music and stuff and to record. But when it becomes like a super duper business and that stuff kind of takes over, it's not the same thing anymore. And
Right.
You can understand how this can happen,
Yeah, it's a shame.
Yep.
So I loved Fear Factory's last album, so I was looking forward to the next one, but who knows when or if or whatever's going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame because I really look forward to Jeannie sent me a screenshot of your face and she wrote, "He hates you." Yeah, you look kind of ticked off in this picture, but whatever.
I don't know. Rough day.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you, but no, I'm not mad at you. Don't worry.
Yeah. But I mean, it is a shame when you see that type of thing happen with bands, especially the ones that you love. It's like, man, why can't everybody just get along? If you've never been in a band, you won't understand what it's like to,
Right.
and all of a sudden you see one guy like, why is he all of a sudden think he's like, the man over here,
I gotcha.
Yeah.
I know another thing that we wanted to talk about tonight, since Halloween is right around the corner.
Yeah.
We got to talk about our favorite Halloween songs. It could be metal, it could be whatever, but wanted to get what are I heard you today, you sent me a video when you were wearing your boxers and walking around naked, that you were listening to Will Smith's what's the song called? Not Nightmare on Elm Street, but Nightmare on My Street, right?
Nightmare on My Street, yeah.
Yeah, that's a great song. What
Oh,
other,
yeah,
what other
great
songs
song,
are you into?
man. It's just fun, and it brings me back to, and this is going to sound stupid, but we always talk about, music always kind of brings you back to, when you first started listening to that album, and I remember listening to that on my Walkman back in 1988 when it came out in New Jersey, riding my bike around the neighborhood, and I was 11, and it's just a cool thing. Like you get those childhood memories back, and that was cool, man. That song is just a fun song. Ellie was bopping to it, having fun with it too. So
Yeah, it's a great song.
what other
songs?
Stuff, you go first with this.
Oh, for me, I have a bunch. So like, I think around the beginning of September, I started playing them, and then we listen to them a lot. I think the really cool song is "This Is Halloween," and it's a Marilyn Manson cover for the Nightmare Before Christmas soundtrack. So a
Mhm.
lot of songs were redone by like "Kidnap Santa Claus" was done by Korn, but the "This Is Halloween" by Marilyn Manson, that song's fantastic. So that's really good. But the all-time best Halloween song is Thriller, hands down,
Oh God, yeah.
hands down. It's a great
Yeah,
song.
you can't even argue that.
Yeah, or Rockwell. I got a feeling somebody's watching me, right?
I always feel like
I always feel like, what did I say?
I got a feeling.
I
Got a feeling.
got a feeling. I don't know. Yeah, the that song's great because Michael Jackson does the chorus of that song as well.
Yeah. Yep. And that's why the song was a hit.
Right.
If somebody else sang on that chorus, you would have never heard the band Rockwell. Or
No, I don't think Rockwell is a band. I think it's a man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you hear me? Is my audio in here?
Yes.
Is that Johnny?
Okay.
Yes, we hear you.
Hey, this is Johnny. Yeah, actually, I heard that song today. Actually, I was somewhere, and also
Really?
I was just gonna say that song is huge on TikTok right now. That's one of the
Really?
big ones. Yeah.
Yeah, that song is great. The and a little behind the scenes for you guys is Rockwell's dad is Barry Gordy, where he was a huge I think producer of Motown. And has anyone ever seen? And then Jay, I don't know if you ever seen it. There was a movie, Bruce Leroy's.
Yes.
What is that? It's like not Enter the Dragon. That's obviously Bruce Lee, but shit, I don't remember. But you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Directed
Fistful of
Your
Yeah.
Pizza to Daddy
No.
Green's Pizza. Who's the master show enough? But anyway, the guy who produced that movie, his son is Rockwell, and he was good friends with Michael Jackson. And he's like, "Hey, I have a song. Would you sing on this?" And as a favor, Michael said yes, and that dude's doing pretty well financially, I think, ever since. So yeah, that's a great Halloween song.
Yeah, it's a good one. That video is kind of creepy. It had a couple creepy moments with the something looking out the window, or it's been a while since I've seen it. But and then how could we leave out you know, a band that I love, Halloween. They have the song called Halloween.
Right.
It's a great tune, man.
I don't think I've heard it.
I'll you got to check it out. The funny thing about that band is I've told this story before, but I think it's pretty funny. When I started listening to heavy music, and I'm talking metal, like Iron Maiden and stuff like that, Metallica, my grades started to go down. My parents thought, especially my father, thought that it was because of the music I was listening to. It's not true. The reason my grades went down is because I'm an idiot. No, I'm joking. Well, I'm not joking. I'm serious. But the reason why my grades went down is because I started listening to music very intently. I wouldn't, I'd go in my room to do my homework, and I would just sit there and try to do my homework, but I'd have music on and I couldn't stop like listening and, I just couldn't stop listening to it,
Right.
So my dad started like he saw the whatchamacallit, Iron Maiden Number of the Beast album cover on the tape cover. And he was like, wait a minute. What? He saw the devil on the cover, Number of the Beast, and then the intro to the song, 666. And I'm like, oh no. My dad's like, I got to start listening or reading the lyrics to some of the stuff you're listening to. I don't need a little devil worshiper in the bedroom here. So
in the bedroom,
I brought home Keeper of the Seven Keys. This kid from school, I think it was 5th grade, lent me one of the Keeper of the Seven Keys cassettes. And it was the one with like Future World on it. I forget if it's 1 or 2. And obviously Halloween, the song. So I came home and he goes, all right, now before you listen to this, I want to read the lyrics to make sure that you're not going to be, some crazy kid.
Right.
So he takes the tape. I hear him go into his bedroom and I hear him reading the lyrics. Now, obviously I never really heard it before, So I'm like,
Wait,
oh
is he
no.
reading them out loud?
No, he was just kind of reading them like he was reading them out loud, but like under his breath, kind of. You know, I heard him talking and reading the lyrics. He wasn't like yelling them out loud, and he wasn't singing them. But he was like,
Your
you know,
hands off
like
the altar of God.
the U.S.
Oh, yeah,
Census,
that's weird.
you know, like that type of thing.
Right.
So I hear him reading the lyrics, right? And I'm like, all right, well, what's going to happen? Is he going to come in here and throw this tape out the window? You know, like what's going to. So he comes in and he hands me the tape back and he goes, you know what? He's like, these are actually very positive lyrics. You know, there's nothing evil or whatever or satanic about this stuff. And I think that almost opened his mind a little bit about like heavy metal music. Not that he thought it was all like devil stuff, you know, because I had the same problem when I started listening to I had Master of Puppets blasting. And it's like Master of Puppets, you know, what is he talking about? Same thing. My dad read the lyrics to that.
Right.
And he didn't tell me what the song was about. Obviously, I found out later it was about, you know, drugs and stuff. But I think it kind of helped like my father kind of like listen to that type of music in a different way. Like, wow, this isn't just, it's not just because it's heavy music doesn't mean it's evil, you know? And I think a lot of people, especially that don't listen to heavy metal, they don't understand that. They think it's, oh, devil, you know, all this stuff. It's not. I mean, obviously there are those, you know, handful of bands that, you know, do sting about weird stuff and that type of thing.
Right.
But for the most part, man, it's not. There's the metaphor stuff and there's a lot of different ways to say things and get your point across, even if it's not, you know, what you think it's about.
Sure.
So,
right.
So back to Halloween music.
So you like Halloween by Halloween. What else you got?
Obviously like the Halloween theme song stuff.
Yeah.
John Carpenter, you can't go wrong. Oh, the Monster Mash. Everybody loves the Monster Mash, right?
Song's great.
Yep.
The really good song is off the Crow 2 soundtrack. The City of Angels is I'm Your Boogeyman by White Zombie or Rum Zombie. I think it's White Zombie still. That song is awesome. And the video is really cool too. That's a great Halloween video. So check that out.
I bought that soundtrack pretty much for the Korn song on it.
That's Korn song is the shit.
Yeah.
That song, Teething by Deftones, that's a great song on there. And Jurassitol by Filter. Those are the three songs that stuck out to me. The first Crow soundtrack too is really good. It's got that My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult, which you're a huge industrial fan, but I am. That's a good song. The After the Flesh. No, you don't remember that?
It's been a long time, dude, since I heard that stuff.
Have you watched The Crow recently?
Yes, and I was like, "Oh my god, I don't remember it being this corny. It's terrible. It's a terrible movie."
I watch it every year around this time. Like I have my staples I go to, and I love that movie.
Maybe it's because you watch it every year, where it's like it grows with you.
Sure.
Where with me, I haven't seen it in years, and a few years ago, Jeannie had it on, and I was just like, "Oh my god!" You know, the acting in this is like really bad.
Right.
But I guess
it's good.
It is, you know.
And the 9 Inch Nails song off that soundtrack is great too. The what was it, Lost in Dead Souls? It's great. And I think it's a Cure cover too, but it's great.
Well, it's probably better than the other one. Thrash Metal and Fun Riff says Megadeth Go to Hell off the Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey soundtrack. That's a good one.
That is a good one. Good call.
Yeah. What else? Anybody in the chat have any good Halloween type songs? The video for that song is great too. Go to Hell. It's got Dave Mustaine like underwater with just like his I don't know. I think he's all underwater, isn't he? Or just his mouth and nose, I think, are above water, and he's looking up at the camera. And I think both the first and second verses are filmed like that. And I remember the first time I saw that video, I was like, "Whoa, that's cool as hell, man."
Thrash Metal and Fun Riffs, Misfits Halloween. I never heard that.
I don't know either.
There's a really cool song by Mastodon. It's called Halloween. It's a great song. That's off Once More Around the Sun. Check that out. That's a really good song.
It's a good album too.
Fantastic album. Yeah, I can't think of other great Halloween songs like right now, but those are some really good ones. Have you been watching Halloween movies?
No. So
Why?
Jeannie and I watched a Halloween fan video. You ever watch any of those?
No, like what?
Like let's just say for instance Jimmy, who makes kind of, movies and stuff like that. You make a fan version of a Halloween movie, for instance.
I would never be in one of those fan movies, but keep going.
Why not?
I'm joking. I am. When Jimmy's comes out, I'm.
What the hell are you talking about? Yeah, so it was a fan filmed or fan made video of Halloween, and it was only like 15 minutes long. And boy, did it suck! Like the audio alone was worse than Tonight with you.
Oh wow, well, that's pretty bad.
There were scenes where you could tell they super duper overdubbed the dialogue. And for instance, there's one scene where this cop is in this house and he's radioing for backup or an ambulance, and he's yelling in the house, like yelling, "Get back up!" But the audio that's overdubbed is him talking. And I'm like, that totally looks, terrible. And then there was another one. There's a Jason versus Michael Myers fan video. And that one I thought was pretty good. It's literally 20 minutes or so of Jason and Michael Myers fighting. And it's not too bad. I mean,
for
what it is, I thought it was pretty decent, You
gonna spoil it and tell us who wins?
Well, I mean, you got two guys that don't die, so how do you win,
There's no winning.
There's no winning. But
I've been watching a lot of Halloween movies almost every night. But like my favorite Halloween movie is Sleepy Hollow. Even though it's not very scary. Well, it's not scary at all, but it's a great movie.
So that would be, if you were to say, what's your favorite Halloween movie? I want to see everybody's favorite Halloween movie in the chat. But Brian, go ahead. If you were to pick one Halloween movie.
Sleepy Hollow. I love that movie. It's not scary at all, but it's it looks cool. It's creepy. The kids can watch it with me, so I'm gonna go with that for now. Also, my favorite cartoon of all time is Witch's Night Out. We talked about this before. Have you seen that?
Probably you and Jeannie have talked. I think she likes that one, doesn't she?
Yes, Jeannie loves that one. And when I said it, Jeannie and Jimmy are the only people when I say it immediately know what it is. And that's my favorite cartoon of all time.
Is that the one with the one frame of the jugs or something? Isn't there one frame in it that? Yeah.
And her areolas are the size of Antarctica. It's crazy, but that is like the best Halloween or cartoon for me ever. I love it, and everyone's names are all adjectives, like nicely and goodly. It's great, and the theme song is dope. So yeah, absolutely.
Well, I would, if I were to pick one Halloween movie that I had to watch, I would probably choose the original Halloween. I mean,
yeah,
it's the way it's filmed. There's a couple scenes in it that are like classic, horror scenes, especially the closet.
Right.
And then,
did I just hear a baby crying?
Yeah, it's Killian.
Yeah.
Shut up. No, I'm joking. One of my favorite scenes in horror ever is the scene after the closet scene, when she thinks she killed Michael,
right.
And she's like standing in the doorway against the side of the door frame or whatever. And just like kind of like gathering herself like, oh my God, what the hell just happened? But I killed him. And then you see in the background him, sit up.
Yeah.
And then look over. Dude, that alone is like one of the coolest scenes in a movie, And I think one of the things that modern day horror movies kind of screw up is the bright lighting, the crystal clear, video. the wide open spaces. If you look back at a lot of those early horror movies, you almost feel claustrophobic watching them, man. It's like you get that sense that like there's nowhere to go. You know what I mean? Like when you watch that closet scene, man, I know you're in a closet, so of course you're gonna be claustrophobic. But even after that, in the stairwell, like you're in a house, it's just, man, it's
shot,
so good. And the budget they did it on, it's like, you know, you don't need all these super duper effects to like actually make something that will make you poop your pants. You know, I still get scared of that movie, dude.
You know, the scariest movie to me is Exorcist. You ever see that?
When I was a kid, and it's probably why I'm afraid of everything.
That movie, that is like I guess it's a deleted scene and it's on now. But when she comes down the stairs backwards, shit, I gotta go change my drawers.
They deleted that from the original. Is it because it was too scary?
Too scary, yeah. That movie is great. Yeah, I just think because it's real, you know, like, or not necessarily real, but like a girl possessed, you know, like that kind of stuff I believe in. So yeah, that to me is the scariest movie of all time for me.
Wow. Yeah, I can't watch a lot of that stuff, man.
I saw that movie in the theater.
Did you leave a poop in the seat?
No, it was re-released. They did like a re-release of it, like 20 something years ago.
Right.
And I remember watching it in the theater, and the sound was just piercing my ears, you know, because the sound quality wasn't great back then.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Plus, Tubular Bells is a great song. That song's creepy as hell.
Oh yeah. That's true too. If you take out the music from a lot of movies, whether it's, you know, sad movies or scary movies, you take out that suspenseful or, you know, tear-jerking music, you're literally just sitting there like, what? You know, that has a lot to do with how you feel during, you know, watching a movie. And we know that, you know.
Right. Absolutely.
Yep.
That's great. But yeah, Exorcist, scariest Halloween movie. There's a lot of other good ones.
Down the stairs backwards scene, deleted scene, huh?
Yeah, check that out.
I'll have to watch that.
She's so scared, she actually urinates on the floor promptly 2 minutes later.
What do you mean?
But no, that's just part of them. You know how like when she comes downstairs during the party and when the guy's playing the piano and Reagan just comes downstairs, stares at everyone and just starts peeing on the floor.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Well, now
Isn't Max von Sydow or whatever? Isn't he the priest?
Yes.
I know him. My favorite role from him is in Strange Brew. Bob and Doug McKenzie. When he's
really
Brewmeister Smith. He's so good in that movie, man.
Actually, I wanted to name either Delaney or Rory Reagan. I love that name. It's partly because of that movie.
Bruce Poinsett says the scariest Michael the Captain Smith posts for sure. Oh, the Captain.
Thrash Mill Fun Risk. Remember the crucifix bet scene? Yes, I do. I don't think we can even discuss that.
Was that pea soup?
What's that?
Didn't they use pea soup or something for that? For the puke?
For the masturbation part? No, she used
the vomiting part.
Oh, the vomiting part? Yeah, it was pea soup. Yeah.
Man. What else? We got some good ones in here, though. I saw, let me just go back a little bit when everybody was, Sean Mahoney says Phantasm. Let's see. What is that?
I have no idea.
Halface says Dracula, I don't care what version. Chris Bevan, Texas Chainsaw, the original. Sean Mahoney, Trick or Treat. Who's chewing?
What's that?
It's his mic.
Oh. Cheech Canada says Black Christmas. Let's see what. How about, has anybody seen Dracula Dead and Loving It with Leslie Nielsen? That's a good one.
I saw the trailer for that.
That's a movie that's so dumb that it's funny. It really is. It's like once you realize what you're watching, it's good. You know? or what's the one with Eddie Murphy? What was the one that he was in? Vampire in Brooklyn or something?
Oh, I don't remember.
Man.
Is he here? I just see a black screen.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna send him a link of what router to order.
Mm-hmm.
My router's literally on the other side of the house, downstairs. And I'm not hooked up right now.
Mine is right there, and I'm hardwired in. That's how you do it.
Yep. Hardwire to self-destruct.
Here he is. There's another one.
Thrash Metal says Children of the Corn. Damien Omen.
Yeah, that one was scary.
Omen's good. Sorry, my AirPods died, so I had to get out.
Oh, how do you like those?
They start crackling when they're going to die.
Do you like those? I've
Yeah.
never tried them.
I do. I like them at the gym. I hate all the strings when you're working out. You know, when I'm working on Kegels and chest and just get in the way. You know, so they're pretty good. Yeah, they're great.
Kenny Dave says the scariest breakfast cereal is Count Chocula.
Oh,
Ryan,
Count Chocula is great. The holy trinity of cereals with Frankenberry and Boo Berry. They also had a monster, different like Yummy Mummy back in the 70s and 80s.
What was that flavor?
Shit, I don't. I've never had it.
It was poop in a pantyhose flavored.
I hope some people do that this year. For me,
I don't.
But I guess since my internet's gonna die and I'm sorry everyone, and next month will be much better, I promise. But
well, you have a month to fix it, so I think we're good.
We're good. We got to end it with our couple of song recommendations for the month.
Hold on, this is your internet tonight. You're not having a smooth show.
Actually, for me, you were frozen. The last hour, it was just a frozen face on here.
Really?
Yeah, so I thought you were frozen, but then I can see like behind the scenes within YouTube, and I saw you were actually there.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Jeez, I'm sorry, everyone. I'm sorry you had to stare at this monster 5-head for a little while, so my apologies. But all right, Jay, why don't you give two songs, a little homework for everybody.
Oh crap! I should have done this before. All right. Does it have to be metal?
No. You can do whatever you want, man. Well, how about you think about it? And
you go first.
All right. So coming out soon is the re-release of Pantera's 20th anniversary of Reinventing the Steel. And one of my all-time favorite Pantera songs is off of, like, it's a B-side on it. It's called Immortally Insane. Song, Dime's riff, intro riff, and the main riff throughout the song is the shit. So check that song out, Immortally Insane by Pantera. So that's one song. And I guess the last song that I would say, since it's Halloween, right? I'm going to go with This Is Halloween by Marilyn Manson. If you have never heard that song, it's fantastic. Check it out. Those are my two. What about you, Jay?
All right, I'm going to go with a song, but it's not going to be metal because I've been listening to this album lately, and Jeannie probably wants to punt me out of the house. But there's when you see the album cover, you'll be like, Jay, what are you listening to, dude? So the band and the album. Hey, is that Dimebag?
That is Dimebag.
Yeah. So the band and the album is called Aviator. And look at that artwork. Look at that album cover.
Is
So-
this from? Did Bjorn do this?
Paul, you son of a bitch. You got me. You got me.
Was that all of us? Oh, I see it. Yeah.
Anyway, there's two songs off of that album that I think are really, really good. And it's kind of like has that 80s vibe. But it almost sounds like the best songs that Bryan Adams never wrote. If that makes any sense. It's
Okay.
track 1 is called Frontline, and track 4 is called Wrong Place, Wrong Time. That chorus for Wrong Place, Wrong Time is phenomenal. Like, it's just one of those choruses that for like days it's going to get stuck in your head and like, my God, I got to hear this again.
Is
So
it
definitely check out Aviator.
like please don't take off your stilettos? It looks like it would be off of that.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
And the other thing I want everybody to listen to, and I've mentioned this before, right? Everybody knows 2 years ago, Metallica released "And Justice for All," the 30th anniversary or whatever. Well, they also put out the collector's edition, right? And if you have like Spotify or whatever, any kind of streaming service, in there, deep inside that list of songs, is the rough, what they call the rough mixes or the mix in progress of the full album, right? Now, a lot of it, the majority of the songs do not have any lead guitars or solos,
Right.
Which is kind of cool because you can really focus on the rhythm guitars and kind of, get that down. But also, there's bass. If you want to hear "And Justice for All" in its infancy in mixing, and with bass guitar, that's how you got to hear it. I mean, I know that the Guitar Hero versions and stuff like that, you can get all those files and you can hear mixes, of course,
Right.
on YouTube of that. But it's cool to hear that stuff when it's not really done because there's some parts that'll have no vocals, different takes. Like there's a couple of drum fills that either aren't in there or switched up a little bit. And I think that stuff is very interesting. When you hear things that aren't done yet,
Right. Yep.
And Metallica is so cool that they put that shit out, no problem.
Right.
I mean, they release live audio, live concerts from back like in the early 83 and on the Kill 'Em All tour and even Ride the Lightning. Dude, they sucked. They were so bad. And they're like, hey, our fans want to hear it. We don't care. Like, it's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't want anybody hearing our stuff. Like if we played live and I was like, guys, we sucked. Oh, we're not putting this out. Like I'd
Right.
bury it.
Gotcha. All right. So good songs. John, do you want to throw 2 songs in tonight?
What was it? Two Halloween songs?
No, just 2 songs in general. Something you've been listening to, you want to share with everyone.
Yeah. Inhaling. No, John.
Ice Cream Man.
What happened? Last night. As I told Jay a couple nights ago, or maybe it was last night. I've been listening to the 5150 album a lot. And I went to sleep last night listening to 5150.
Mm-hmm.
It has it just sounds different now.
Yeah.
Something just weird.
You're right. It's like there's a small part of you that is almost hearing it for the first time again. It is strange. I noticed it too. We put it on a couple weeks ago in the kitchen, and I was like, wow. Especially when Dreams came on, I was like, oh shit. It was something else, man. It was something else. It was like a new experience.
Yeah. So it's like brand new now to me, and I've been listening to it for like a week. I mean, not every day, but like in the car.
Sure.
But yeah, Yeah, I've been listening to that, and oh, I don't even know.
Come on, give us something. Give us something.
Give
how
us
about
something
Dog?
non Van Halen. Non Van Halen. I want to hear something non Van Halen from you, Johnny.
For me,
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't say. I can't tell you what.
F the Police.
I can't tell you what I really listen to.
That's okay.
You know,
I just put you on the spot. No worries. Just bust some balls.
Cannibal Corpse.
That'd be great if you listen to Cannibal Corpse.
yeah. Just I listen to the radio. So whatever's on. But
Halsey.
But like I said, though, I heard that is it Rockwell? I heard that earlier today. I was out, and I heard that, and then that reminded me about that song being one of the top songs on TikTok. Jay, do you have a TikTok account?
Yeah, he does.
I thought TikTok was just for like little kids, like not little kids, but like high school kids making goofy, terrible videos.
Absolutely. A bunch of kids on my baseball team, they do it all the time. They're always talking about their TikToks. So, yeah, I agree.
It's not. It's everybody. Everybody's over there, and it's a great way to get your music out there. Because if you have commercial music, if you have music on iTunes, Spotify, you can make a video, and then it's available within TikTok itself.
Right.
So you can put your own music in with your own videos and promote that, push that. And it's just more promotion, to a whole different audience. That's why I was live on Twitch this morning, just trying to get like Halface. Are you in here? Halface was over there watching. And no, there's so many different social media platforms now that you're crazy not to at least be on, be seen, on each one, because each one has a different audience. And if you're a musician, if you're into music, it's definitely the thing to do now. I hate to say it, live shows, touring, who knows if and when that's really going to come back. So it's all about online now. And if you can push your music, if you can do a live stream over, I think we need to start pushing Instagram more. Like Cameron Brown is all over Instagram Live.
Yeah, but he said it's funny too, because like his Instagram, what does he have, like 60,000 or something followers? He might have more than that. Let me just do a quick look. But he'll say like, dude, I got. Well, let me just pull it up real quick. Let me pull it out real quick. Yeah, so he has almost 50. He has almost 60,000 followers on Instagram. His Twitter has like I think a few hundred.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So he's like, and then there'll be some people that it's the exact opposite. They'll have 100,000 Twitter followers, and then 1,000 Instagram. It's weird how like everybody has like an audience on. A big audience on one platform, but then the other ones are kind of like it's a weird thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You hear him?
Is that Killian?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know why? Because he's looks like John Biel now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, Robot Master Switch. Yeah, the Johnny Bean Discord server is hopping now. It took 2 years for that to get going. It just went off. It just went off just now. Someone should make the Johnny Bean signature. Huh? I just saw that. Somebody's talking about me in there. Yeah. It can take a while, but if you're building an audience somewhere, but anyway, what was I saying? I don't know. TikTok is actually pretty cool. It's pretty funny. There's some pretty funny, creative stuff over there. But anyway, that's why I heard that song. It's big.
That's cool.
All right.
And then
Wow, so another metal month has passed.
Jesus Villadorme. Yeah, track 9, Headless. Check it. It's good. Yeah, another metal month down. Next month will be much better. I apologize, everyone. I'll have new and improved internet services next month. I promise.
You'll have
And,
space age stuff. Like you'll be in the cockpit of a space shuttle.
Hopefully, you'll be able to save my 5 head and be glistening a little more. So it'd be great.
Listening.
But yeah, thanks, Johnny. And then let's finish the show. You want to bring down the producers?
Oh, you're talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait, costume party and then costume party. And then the end, or what do you want to do?
costume party. Yes, this Saturday over on John Biel's show. Doing it's the Great Johnny Beane Halloween Costume Contest, where submit a picture or a video, tag one of us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, wherever, and dress up as one of us. There's everybody, John Biel, Caleb, Neander Paul, Mom Mancuda, John Mancuda, Michael Smith, Jay Hannon, myself, Gene Simmons, Wilford Brimley. There's all kinds of characters.
Is that Wilford Brimley with the diabetes on the bottom right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's dressed up as the Joker.
Who made this?
Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai is the man. He makes some great stuff.
Yeah. All kinds of cool things. But anyway, yeah, we're having a Halloween costume contest this Saturday night right here on the channel. So make sure you submit a picture or a video. Lots of great prizes. Yeah.
And as my boy Robot Master Switch said, definitely go to the Discord, the metal page. Put up some videos. I'll put every month. I always put stuff up there. So come chat with me on the metal page of Johnny Beane Discord.
I see that. I see that. I see you guys in there. It's great. It's
is.
literally 24 hours. There's people in there all the time now.
Definitely, it's great.
Talking and posting, and it's awesome. So yeah, there's the link right in the chat there for the Discord. Jump on in, have a good time. And
Definitely.
okay, let's see. Thank you to our channel members here on YouTube. I guess we can read some names if you want.
I'll do it.
If you want to kill another couple minutes.
Yeah, we got Hellface, James Gum, Mancuda is a let's skip that one.
Actually, it's Crosby now. They changed their name to Crosby.
Stills and Nash.
Is yeah.
Okay. 802.
As in this guy. But he's since apologized, so everything's cool.
Oh, that's all good. 802 Blues, Mr. BHB Jr., Frag 5150, Pal Guitars, Dan Halen, Frank Corcoran, Bent Tom, Steve Carmichael,
Jesus
Villadorme, Jim Nicholas, Hugh Caldwell, Ghost BC Rich, Music Therapy Laz, Fender Guru, The Man, the Myth, Brian Spalding, and Thomas Santiago. Second page, Green Charles, Fruitcake Tony, Michael Smith, David Ennis, Mike Neese, Mickey Settlemeyer, Joe Christian, Nicole Mrazek, Sean Bolin, Garguts Entertainment, Sean Silas, Margaret.
Oh no, Margaret Scranton, Sean
It's
Silas,
freezing.
False Flag,
False Flag.
Bozique, Crazy Cook, 678, Lenny Lou,
And Mary.
and Mary, Richard Poole. Can I say Dick Poole?
That's his name.
There you go.
Dick pool.
Awesome.
Are we good?
Awesome. Thank you for watching, everybody. Leave a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're brand new. There's lots of different shows here on the channel.
Yeah.
We'll be live Friday.
Yeah,
with,
we'll be here Friday again.
I don't know what we'll be doing, but probably some sort of unboxing of something. Hopefully.
Oh, really?
I don't know.
Well, I didn't send yours out yet, so that can't be it.
Cool.
Dude, I gotta send out like 4 different things, man. And I just been lollygagging to send shit out.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Yeah.
All right, everyone.
Yes.
Well, have a great Halloween. And we'll
Oh
see
yeah,
you-
happy Halloween.
happy
Yeah.
Halloween, and I'll see you guys next month.
Be safe. No shit pantyhose to anybody. There you go. How's that? It's an improvement, right?
Love it.
Hey, you sons of.
All right. Rock on. All right.
See you guys later.
Yeah. Watch another video. Watch another video. Click on the Johnny Beane down below. Watch last night's video. And
Oh,
leave comments. Leave comments. Leave comments down below.
Johnny,
get it.
if only the post game show was live last night. Oh, after Johnny, Paul, and Mancuda ended the show. Caleb jumped in towards the end, but then once that ended, I jumped in for the after show, and we were on for what, another like hour and a half.
There was like at least an hour of behind the scenes. Yeah. And we're like, yeah.
Fun.
I know.
Now an hour of shit talking.
Man. Yeah, 5 hours. Yeah, we were sitting there for like 5 hours yesterday. Yeah. All right. Rock on. And see you guys. We'll see you guys Friday. If not, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Maybe another impromptu show tomorrow. All right. Johnny Beane TV. Bye.